every time I go to do this thing fucks up. Let me test this again. Okay, good. It's hello all, and welcome back to Tales of Symphonia. Been a while. I have successfully completed my second playthrough of this outside of, you know, taking on the boss. As shown, I went down the Kratos path, which I kind of wish I had gone for first. Because honestly, I kinda... Let me just... I actually took some notes. I did... most of the things that you can do in this game. The only exception being I didn't get Colette's alternate costume, because that's locked in the Zelos route. I actually beat Zelos' sister way earlier than I needed to in the game with Zelos, because, you know, I have to get extra story stuff, as well as his best weapon. And I wanted to get that. And it's another good scene to add, really, add to Zelos, because I really wasn't feeling Zelos in my first playthrough, but I beat him way earlier in power level than the heck and back. I wish I hadn't, because I probably could have beaten her. No, I definitely would have beaten her before that, without needing to do that as much. If I realized that, oh, I actually read the guide a little bit more. I missed the Kratos training, special training. That you get for Lloyd. I went the alternate path, because in the first playthrough I remember that it... But, let's turn that off. Because, you know, no need for discount here. Yeah, I got a lot of the things I missed with a lot of characters. And yeah, there was so much of this fucking game I unintentionally skipped because I was avoiding manuals, and then by the time everything actually fucking opens up, the fucking story momentum is plowing for full speed ahead. Why would I have at that point stopped halfway right before, right? Because this is where you have to be to do the last things. Right before the final boss. You have to go in there, get the cutscene, and then turn around and leave? That doesn't feel right. So, I did it. Had to do things a few times because I screwed up some things here or there. But, yeah, like, near the end, I didn't do any of the special challenges. And I didn't get Sheena, I didn't get, Guinness, and I, did not get Colette. I think that was all the ones I didn't get there. Yeah, beat the Coliseum with. Because that's the thing. That thing only opens up when... after a certain point in the game, and at that point, the story was going full speed ahead. I just kept forgetting to go check it, and when I did, I think I checked it when I didn't have a full party, and they don't let you do that. So, my thoughts on the Ultimate Pass, because I didn't do that the first time. Holy shit. I definitely like it better. Not only because of how it plus a few other contextual things improve on Zelos, who suffers a lot from the what I'm going to like to call the Teddy problem from and then Teddy from Persona 4, and that he's a creep. He's a gross super creep. And it's kind of get hard to like him. And while the game does eventually does hint at death, a lot of which I missed first time, but not entirely, up until, you know, his fake portrayal, which... But this, not only seeing a couple of scenes I missed, I also didn't get the Idiot Chosen one, I believe it's called. Which you get from doing one of the... Where is it? One of those... I forget what they're called. The goofy scenes that you get every game. The skits, that's it. I thought them goofy, but they're not, mostly not. Honestly, I missed most of those because there was all these little things I just saw no need to. Go to Rest at an Inn to unlock. Get us asking somebody about what... for advice, or welcoming a party member back after being gone, or shit like that. And they do add a lot of good character stuff, but... Found out Noish, how Noish is even older than most of the other cast members of the show, and now I'm curious if he's a recurring character in these games in general. Because I know this is now that this is a prequel to every other one of these series. I still don't know what to call the Tree of Mana, but now I know what to call the Fused World. Azalea. Huh. Let's see. I do have something that I will criticize about the game on my second playthrough is a lot of time the acting is kind of subpar, and I know that's for the era, but when you also have the facial expressions, it's kind of it often underlines emotion scenes because, you know, like the best example of this is 90 times is Kratos. 9 times out of 10, Kratos is just the mysterious, badass mentor. And as such, the voice actor does a fine job with that. But the moment he needs Kratos to do emotion, I can only think of one scene where Kratos was emotional, even though the lines were clearly emotional. And it really undermined those scenes. It didn't bother me so much the first time. The second time, when I got the full context, oof. But yeah, with Zelos. The death of Zelos. Holy shit, that was probably the best moment for his entire character. Hands down, I really wish... I kind of wish I had gone that route in the first place. Even if I feel it makes no sense that he'll do it only if you team up with Kratos and not... And if, you know, he's the only... Instead of if he's at the bottom of the list... Yeah, that makes more sense. But, yeah, the one, but yeah. And it really does that. And there were other scenes. There are other scenes that hurt more, of course. When I got yeah. The hot, spring scene, of course, is again like I said, titty problem. There's some good character stuff there. It's buried under a mire of creep. And I'm gathered 90% of that is Zelos putting on a front so that, yeah, to deal with his issues. But not all of it, and it gets irritating. Still, I do say I like them more on the second playthrough. Like I said, Kratos. The one good scene with VA from Kratos I liked was when that was, I feel like Kratos putting a lot of emotion into it. Kratos' VA putting a lot of emotion into a scene he should have. Is the one with the illusion Lloyd. Like, he knows this place. He knows this thing's full of shit and it's an illusion, but he still can't bring himself to completely ignore it. And when he does finally get over it and push through, he puts a lot of emotion in his and to the Kratos' declaration of to that he won't falter again and all that. That was a great scene. Honestly, a lot of the stuff where we get revealed about how Kratos is and Lloyd came to be and all that were great. Let's see, what other bonus content? Oh, I do like the fact that if Zelos dies, you can fight his sister again, and she gets pissed. Especially given how trivially I beat her, thanks to Lloyd being equipped with. Well, the best shit. Because I did a lot of early grinding this game, and this thing does absurd amounts of damage now. I think I killed her in like 10 hits. Oof, or beat her in 10 hits. But yeah, it was... Let's see, there was another one of these bonus scenes I really liked that I didn't... I really like this skit you get with Mythos, between Mythos and, Oish. That was a really good one, because where he exposes over... There are a lot of things I missed in this game, because... Well, part of it was because I didn't use a guide, and part of it was because as a streamer, I kind of feel like I don't want to waste people's time. Still, overall, second playthrough, really liked it. Probably not going to come back for a while now. I plan on just scribbling a little note telling myself, do the, what title challenge to go after next. And then shoving in Spock and not touching it again for a year, because I am just... Yeah. I feel like I have gone everything I played as much of this game as I'm willing. But yeah, the Colosseum was too hard to use some of these characters for, because I couldn't use their bonus shit because...
I'm going home.
Yeah, and I should have been using a guide for Sheena for the treasure collecting so I could get Sheena's one title, but...
Mythos, listen to me. We don't have to fight.
There's just a lot of real stuff that I saw on my second playthrough either, because I wasn't skipping shit.
Home. I'm going home. Something's wrong. He sounds like a puppet.
What?
I need to thank you for going through all the trouble to bring me back here.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I kept skipping, starting at a part and redoing a chunk of gameplay over again, because I was trying to make sure that Colette didn't get bodyjacked this time, but apparently I didn't read that too well, and if Kratos is your favorite person, or I mean if you go with Kratos, then Colette's always going to be bodyjacked. Oops.
I'm finally myself again. Damn. So that's what this was all about.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty great game. I enjoyed it a lot, and
Mythos, Martel is already dead.
That's not true. Martel is alive.
even if I do feel like some of the extra content was really fucking annoyingly hidden in this game.
Just as I lived on in the Crucius Crystal.
But yeah. Honestly, I am glad I did a second playthrough of it. Even ignoring the extra insights into the game you get from Kratos and shit.
After all, in our bodies flow the bloods of humans and elves, the bloods of those that despise us. We're better off casting aside such filth. That's what you really...
Of course.
I'm just saying, if there's any change here from the mention of Kratos.
Everyone should become lifeless beings.
But gee, so many, like, I didn't even know that if you, that each, I should have, that when you switch Lloyd around to a different character to control, you get different interactions with the environment and things. Dog, Colette names it. They even hinted that you were supposed to name one of the dogs in Luan, and I just couldn't figure out what the hell it was going on about. That was still irritates me, though.
The only way to eliminate
You have to give a set amount. If you give any more than that, then you might as well have not just wasted your money. It's not that it's not trivially easy to make money after a certain point in this game. Just grind against the dragon infinitely.
What you hope for is nothing but a dream, Mythos.
Right. But yeah, I mostly completed this game. I've filled the monster list. I've most of the way for the collector's list. The figurine's probably gonna take two or three more playthroughs, honestly. Probably only two. Which is about point, because I've got, I believe, 3 more playthroughs worth of special titles to pick up. Oh, I also didn't get his for fighting enemies on harder difficult, killing enough enemies on harder difficulties.
looking down upon you do this. Then where should the house
Yeah, so
we
You can live anywhere you like.
this game really is good, even if there are definitely flaws. The voice acting in particular for a lot of characters. Now I remember what I want to talk about.
Anywhere is
I had no idea that there was like one of the ones. Go back to the starting city right after you open that door, and you can revive Corin. I mean, it barely acts like Corin, and it's kind of weird, but for some reason I thought you could recruit him too, but nope.
If you aren't doing anything wrong, you should just live proudly in the open.
But I am happy we did that, especially since we got that scene with Prestia and the one where Prestia gets the Paw Mania title. That one was actually very sad, given what happened to Corin soon after.
people can
Well, by soon I mean literally the right bit, next bit of story moment.
months, years, maybe not king. Then the
Nope. Doesn't appear to be any alternative lines with Zelos. Oh, not Zelos, Kratos. Ah. Was grinding up kills. Yeah, like. Oh, and he's not dealing absurd amounts of damage as Kratos, and even then. Let's see, where is it? The one that...
my sister means everything to me.
Yeah, I think doing like 8,000 bits of 9,000 damage. It is absurd.
Betray the world just for your sister?
This was definitely. Let's see. All stats except KO. Yeah, I even finally figured out how to use the recovery in the system. I even got the max combo thing. Down the bitch. But, yeah, I'm so glad I got it. I'm glad I did a second playthrough of the game, so I could really understand the story, both with future knowledge and examining all the things I missed and taking my fucking time. That is usually a problem I have with these. I think it's a problem. It's not a lot. It's common amongst especially streamers, because, well, at least with me, it feels like I'm wasting people's time if I take too long to do anything.
I will be taken.
Mythos.
Tired of playing your game. Hurry up and destroy the.
Mythos.
Do it now.
Yeah, this was. This really highlights that scene I mentioned earlier where Mythos is talking to Noishin, just talking about how fucking tired he is of all this shit.
Farewell, my shadow. You who stand at the end of the path I chose not to follow. I wanted my own world, so I don't regret my choice. I will continue to choose this path.
Where he's wondering if maybe he fucked up and he really did choose path and he just doesn't, and struggling with the idea of how the fuck do you come to terms with it after all this shit? Like,
You could have lived with us in our world.
I mean, I don't regret not even looking at a guide unless I absolutely had to with this game, because honest to God, half the fun was me going, ooh, was being paranoid about the plot. Like, something's gonna happen here. Something's gonna happen. But that's only because I had been spoiled on this game so heavily in the past. Now, yeah. Now I plan on doing both the immediate sequel to this one eventually. I've got it. I've got everything prepared to do it, but it's gonna be a while before I hit it up. Probably, at least 5 or 6 games, and that's not discounting the fact that I'm going to be doing a bunch of older games that are probably going to be quicker depending on the game in question. Like, I definitely plan on spending, like, once I've done some of the stuff I really want to do out of the way, doing like a month or two of old Game Boy games, and just the ones that will probably be at most one stream. I mean, at most free streams, more likely one, sometimes 1.5. You know? Sometimes,
Are we back? What's going on?
I also had no idea you could free fight that one question mark boss from the beginning, the very early game, again and again. I wish I had known that, but that was again another one. I wonder if this will summon up Maxwell too, because we did go and get him this time. New.
Your wish is granted. But there is no link. Without a link, just as I thought. The world was originally separated into two. If it returns to its true form, the land.
I don't need to know why it's done.
Support the two. That
We need to restore the giant Carlon tree.
There we go.
I get it.
Lloyd, quickly, before Darius Carlon flies off into the distant reaches of space, use its mana to awaken the great sea.
So it wasn't just the summon spirits mana that they used. There's also Garros Carlon's mana.
It's the only way to revive it.
All right then. I'm counting on you, Eternal Sword.
Darius Carlon is already at the edge of the gravity.
Yeah, so it's probably gonna be a while before I hit up the sequel to this game.
Not even Yggdrasil. Mythos could stop this from happening. Do you still intend?
Yeah,
Even strengthened by your X-Sphere, it is
I said I'm doing.
very well.
But yeah, even going for Morrowind, I've got 2 Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 10 HD and 10-2. Got both. Starting the same launcher, might as well do them at the same time, especially since they play very differently.
Great Seed is already dead.
Wait, don't go. Please wake up.
Yeah, it took me further along to figure out that the Angelus project was, you know, a plan to create a form of, probably, given the very difference of his wings than everyone else's, a very different and possibly more powerful Crux's crystal for, Mythos. Yeah, I just really like to realize apparently the X-Spheres aren't entirely awful, it's just that people, they're not
Looks like Darius Carlon stopped moving away.
inherently born from people. They're mined. They are actually mined, and then you attach them to the person. That's when things go wrong.
The Eternal Sword.
Thank goodness.
This is my final wish. Eternal Sword.
Please awaken the Great Seed.
I beg you. Please wake up.
Please.
Rise.
But yeah, I've got that. I've got a game I'm going to be playing on the side for soonish, like next month. Not early next month, but after my next monthly break next month. Ooh. This again. I still wonder part of why this specifically happened. The fusion with Talitha. Anyways. And there are a couple of other games, and it seems to the point where I can get a hold of stuff like Breath of the Wild and shit, because got a Switch now. Those will be much higher priority. But I will definitely get to it. The next game in the series will be the next game I play. After that, I think I want to start off at the beginning and work my way up. I really like the title system this game uses, by the way. I think it's really, a neat way of, handling it. I know we don't follow the same cast of characters, but I also know it,
Immortal, and also the incarnation of the great seed itself. Lloyd, your hope, as well as those of many others, are resurrected.
So you're Mythos' sister?
No, Mythos' sister Martel is only one of the many souls within me. I am Nana, and I am the giant tree. I am the symbol of the many lives sacrificed to the great seed. I am a new spirit born to accompany the giant tree.
Eh.
And now the seed has awakened anew along with me.
But yeah. I think that's gonna be a why, because to be frank, I will probably want to take a bit of a break from RPGs in general after I do Final 10-2. Even if those two are play very differently from a modern Tales game.
So it's so grand. This is the future form of the
Yeah.
giant tree. Right now, it is only a small seedling. In its current state, the tree will wither and die.
Well then, how do we protect it?
You must provide the tree with love and adoration. As long as those conditions are met,
Ugh.
please protect the seed.
So does not appear to be the seat cuts. Yeah,
Starts to wither. I'll make sure we won't let it die.
And Lloyd,
I'll let it finish just so I can have it refreshed a bit in my memory for when I eventually get the.
the giant Carlon tree was planted.
But I do want to see what's up with the aftermath of all this shit in this setting, and
This newly reborn tree protects elves, humans, and the lives of all those.
and any of the characters who might reoccur.
Therefore, this tree requires a new name. Lloyd, pick a name for us. A name for everyone's tree.
Yeah.
So this tree is the link that connects the world. Okay, I got it. This tree's name is...
Azalea? I won't know. Not until I play the sequel. Yeah, I don't regret coming back for this and sharing my final thoughts on the game overall. I am gonna admit, being a touch annoyed at the fact that the collector's book, for instance, requires free playthroughs, just because there's this one key item free key items that you can only get one of a playthrough. 2 is understandable. 3rd one's a little stretching it a bit. Okay, can we skip this? Huh. I didn't mind the first time, but now it's... Nope. Oh well. Like that. I don't regret doing this. Sure, it takes a little spot time out of my Morrowind stream. And that's another thing. Ugh, Morrowind is probably going to be... What? I'm going to go ahead and say, at this rate, probably 5 months until I finish it. And now, I'm probably exaggerating. 4.5. I might be wrong. I'm thinking it's going to take me about 1.5 months from this point to to finish up the main plot of Morrowind. But I've still got two expansions to do, which I haven't touched on. And it's an Elder Scrolls game, so there's a bunch of side content I haven't done that I'm gonna poke at and do. So it'll be a while. And next week I'm gonna do like an hour or two of Elder Scrolls Blades before moving on to Morrowind, because I want to explore that game. Yeah, I know it's gonna be crap, but I want to experience it and share that experience. Outside of that, at some point next month, I'm gonna do a solid week of Animal Crossing before switching over, because that's the side game. Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Haven't even started my game yet, because I want to have the first couple days of doing it, building up my island, to be a continuous stream, and then it'll get relegated to a chill stream at the side of the week. And I will be playing it the rest of the time as well, because, yeah, it's freaking Animal Crossing. But no, at that point, that will at least be a fourth streaming week rather than replacing the other three. So yeah, I think 4.5 to 5 seems like a reasonable amount. But I don't know, because, it's hard to fucking guess. I mean, technically, I could end the plot of Morrowind right here and now, but just zip into the end point, like you can with Breath of the Wild. But that's not really the point in playing these games. Like right now, I'm sneaking into a place, and I'm probably going to be stuck doing a couple other missions and shit. Oh, I will have a few side things I'll be doing. I'll be trying to focus on the main quest again. When I do that, it moves fairly quickly. The problem is, well, it's an Elder Scrolls game. Getting sidetracked and doing other shit is just kind of part of it. I do it all the time. And I've got a shit ton of guilds I want to finish their missions on, and that's going to take a while, so... I mean, a lot can be done in 5 hours, which is what I stream at. Yeah. Come on! Oh, God. Well, I don't want to reset it or anything. I just want to get it speed up. Feast here. Feast here. Yeah, of course. And then... with a year or two of beating Morrowind, I'm probably going to do a second playthrough, because there's a vastly different way to play the game without mods, so I will definitely be mining shit out of it. That I also want to do. Yes, finally.
Grandmother, I'm home.
Oh, chosen one.
No, Grandmother, I'm not a chosen anymore.
Oh, yes. Good. You have made us all proud.
Welcome home, Colette.
Come on, game.
Home, Father.
I would like to skip through the dialogue.
I see. So, Kratos.
Like, how was I supposed to know that this dude does customizing? I didn't even know Dirk did customizing, but apparently, after a certain point, they both open up with that. at him right before you fucking beat the game.
Around the world to try and make it easier for half-elves to be accepted.
It sounds like you have a difficult journey ahead of you.
We can return to Iselia.
Actually, speaking of annoying things, the figuring making. The way that the pellets now work, it also is similar to how Luan worked. That is to say, if you give the stuff that should give you the rarer and harder shit stuff, it'll roll for the less hard to get stuff too.
The world lies before us now. We have to inform everyone about
That doesn't apply, I mean, there are 4 types of pellets. Super pellets, rare, fine pellets, and normal pellets. But there are also rare pellets, which combine with all 3 of those to any of those 3 and to get you a rare version of it.
Alicia. I'm finally
And if you use rare pellets before you run out of the normal stuff,
starting to flow again from that night 16
I never knew that, and I wasted it both playthroughs, which is why it's probably going to take at least 1 more, maybe 2.
Can you believe that?
Were you talking with Alicia?
Yes.
I just got back from overseeing the destruction of part of the mine. Now that that's done, we can rest assured that no new X-spheres will
Yeah, that confused me the first time
Good to hear.
I heard it, because I was like, wait, I thought they were grown people. I thought the entire point was they're grown people and that they were faking excavating them. No.
I'll help too.
They actually are a naturally occurring thing.
You want me to.
Are you really going to Darius, Carlon?
If a half-elf of Crucius remains here, the other half-elves will have no place to live. As a surviving member of Crucius, I must bear the responsibility for what has happened.
I'm going to collect all the X-spheres remaining in this land.
And I will discard all of Crucius's X-spheres into space. I've dragged you into this until the very end.
It's okay.
It's time for me to go. Please use that sword to send us.
Personally, I can't wait to see what this game does with higher-end character models and better voice acting, which I believe the newer games have done. But it'll be a while before I hit there. It's funny, while playing them, I talked about how I was going to do other games, but those are actually off the table for a while.
Dad? Left.
I will definitely start doing them again.
For me to let him go? It was okay, right?
Roy, you wanted to go with him, didn't you?
No. I have my own path to follow. And Dad has his. And besides, I have a dad here already.
Is he? Then I won't say anymore.
Mom, I'll leave Dad's sword here.
Well, yeah, one of them I've decided not to do because while I have it, I'd much rather get a hold of the PS2 version because there's some bonus stuff they put in that version. Beautiful Joe. Ah. Different ending party picture. Same with the other one, so you know it doesn't get deleted like it can't, like I accidentally deleted the other one. Ah. Here we go. Now we're finished with it. A bit longer than I thought it would be, but I still have 4 hours. YouTube's going to have to go off while I swap over to Oop. Wrong video capture device. Yeah, while I switch over to you know what I'm trying to, or which one? There we go. Let me just check how the YouTube's going while I open up and swap over to the new stream name. Just doing that right now, real quick. Ah. Then we'll open up Morrowind and start. Sorry, it's just taking a moment. Huh. Gotta make sure this thing stops streaming. Don't want it to, I do not want my YouTube archive to get blended together, because that's gonna cause annoyances later. Early on, when I was having trouble, I had to reset my entire computer because all the USB stuff stopped working. Huh. Oh, it should work. Yeah, I don't want it to reconnect. That was super convenient on my end at the time, even though it was a very weird event that happened. When the two halves fused together to one long archive video on my YouTube, but right now it's not what I want to happen. So I'll wait to turn that back on while we start up Morrowind over here. Starting. There we go. And, oh yeah, I forgot to do this.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
For, finishing up that shit. Alrighty. I'm starting the YouTube up again. Yeah, okay. Apparently I had to go and do that from a different angle. No, it's working. It just told me I can't do that. Apparently I could. That's weird. Just give me a moment to close some shit. I had to open the check. I really don't want this fusing into one long stream. I want this to be a separate stream on my YouTube. That's gonna be very annoying if it is. I might have to just turn the stream on and off again. Entirely. Yeah, give me a moment to turn this on and off again, just to make sure. It's gonna make shit a little weird.